ರವರ ಕ್ರಾಂತಿಕಾರಿ ನಡೆಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಶ್ರೀ ಚಂದನ್ ನಾಯಕ್, BA ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ, MES College of Arts, Commerce and Science.
Namaste, Jai Hind. Before I start off on Savarkar as a revolutionary, I would like to thank the organizers of Disha Bharath and Disha Bharath for giving us this opportunity on speaking on this day of Veer Savarkar Jayanti on the ideas and his ideologies of Veer Savarkar. To start off, Veer Savarkar or Swatantrya Veer Vinayak Damodar Savarkar. Please remember the name because we will talk about this in the end. Veer Savarkar, the freedom fighter, political thinker, social reformer, a writer, poet, and a barrister, is regarded as one of the most controversial figures in the Indian history. And it is very disheartening and saddening that Veer Savarkar's history, his ideologies and ideas have been shadowed in the Indian history. This is very disappointing. I think we have all shadowed the very fact that it was Veer Savarkar who for the first time proclaimed and asked and advocated for Purna Swaraj or complete independence through revolutionary means. I think Indian history has shadowed the fact that it was Veer Vinayak Damodar Savarkar who for the first time recognized the 1857's uprising as the first war of Indian independence. It was Veer Savarkar who was sitting in London and in the own hometown of Britishers sitting in London, organized and ignited the students of India to fight against the British rule. In the very place where he faced 50 years of imprisonment, the same place, Andaman and Nicobar, its airport today is named after Veer Savarkar. It says Veer Savarkar, Andaman and Nicobar International Airport. The place in India House in London where Veer Savarkar lived with other revolutionaries has a board that reads till today that Veer Savarkar, once a patriot and a philosopher, lived here. My dear brothers and sisters, the idea of modernity that Veer Savarkar had, all of us speak about building a new India today. All of us speak about Atmanirbhar Bharat. All of us speak about building a vibrant India. The ideas of modernity that Veer Savarkar had, the ideas of cultivating scientific temper, the ideas of socio-religious reforms, the idea of embracing technological tools that Veer Savarkar had is still proven to be relevant in this century for building a new India. This was the amount of foresightedness that Vinayak Damodar Savarkar had as a revolutionary, as a great person in the Indian history, who is today unfortunately shadowed in the Indian history. Before all of us understand Veer Savarkar, we need to remember, we should not forget that he was a poet first, and his life, the greatest poem. And in order to understand a poem, there is a certain level of maturity that is needed. Similarly, there is the same level of maturity that is needed in order to understand Veer Savarkar as a revolutionary. And on applying this maturity, you will now be able to understand why the name Swatantrya Veer Vinayak Damodar Savarkar. My dear brothers and sisters, since all of us have got this opportunity of speaking about the untold stories of the freedom struggle, of speaking on the untold and the unsung personalities of the Indian national movements, I call upon the youth of this nation from Jammu Kashmir to that of Kanyakumari in order to inculcate the ideas of modernity, in order to inculcate the ideas of patriotism, ideas of nationalism, to understand Veer Savarkar so that tomorrow we, the youth of Amritkal, will be successful, we will emerge as lions who will be able to eradicate, who will be able to remove all the anti-Indian forces who speak of handicapping and hampering India's development, who have set a stage for hampering India's development. We will be able to knock down all the anti-Indian forces. We, the youth of Amritkal, we need to read on Veer Savarkar as a revolutionary. We need to understand his ideologies in order for us, for the youth of Amritkal, to build a new India, to build a vibrant Bharat, to build a vibrant India. For us, for we, the youth of Amritkal, we, the youth of this modern India, to make the idea of Vishwa Guru Bharat a reality one fine day. And if this happens, then trust me, nobody can stop India from being the Vishwaguru. And the next 20, 30 years, if we imply the ideologies and ideas of Veer Savarkar, then definitely this age will be the Indian age. Bharat Mata ki Jai, Jai Hind. Thank you.